Most people wait for the right time to start, but that perfect moment never comes. The truth is, small steps every day can lead to big changes. You don't need to do everything at once, just do something. Action builds habits, and habits shape your future. Take action every day, even if it's small. Keep going, stay focused, and you'll get closer to your goals, one simple step at a time. I, Napoleon Hill, have learned that taking action every day doesn't start with big plans or perfect moments. It starts when you decide to move, even if you're tired, unsure, or alone. When you choose to act without waiting for someone to tell you what to do, without needing praise, without knowing all the answers, real success comes from doing small things again and again, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. The power is not outside you, it's in the simple choice to keep going every single day. Start before you're ready. There's something many people wait for their whole lives, the perfect time. They wait for the right moment to begin a new habit, to chase a goal, to start a dream. They wait for when they feel more confident, when they have more experience, when they know exactly how everything will go. But the truth is, the perfect time never comes. There will always be something that makes you feel unsure. There will always be fear, doubts, or something else that seems more important in the moment. That's why if you want to grow, to become the person you were meant to be, you must start before you're ready. Most people think they need to feel prepared before they take action. But it doesn't work like that. You don't feel ready and then you act, and then you feel ready. Confidence doesn't come first. It's something you build by doing. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's moving forward with the fear. Every time you take a small step forward, even when you're nervous or unsure, you become a little braver, a little stronger. And that strength adds up. When you sit and wait for the perfect time, you lose time. You watch the days pass. Weeks turn into months. And before you know it, you're in the same place, only older. Nothing changes unless you decide to begin. Nothing grows without a seed being planted. That first step might be clumsy. You might make mistakes, but that's part of it. Every expert was once a beginner. Every strong person started out weak. Every success story started with someone saying, "I don't know how, but I'll try." The reason this matters is because momentum matters. Once you begin, things start to shift. You learn by doing. You improve as you go. You build trust with yourself. You show yourself that you can keep going, even when things are hard. That trust is worth more than any plan, any talent, or any tool. It's what keeps you going on the days when motivation runs out. When you prove to yourself that you can start, even when you're not ready, you start to believe that you can do anything. You don't need a grand plan to start. You don't need everything figured out. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to take a single small action, that's all. Instead of saying, "I'll wait until next week," say, "I'll begin today." Instead of thinking you need to know everything, ask yourself, what can I do right now with what I have? Maybe it's writing one sentence. Maybe it's walking for 5 minutes. Maybe it's talking to one person about your idea. That first step creates energy, and energy creates change. Imagine this. Two people have the same dream. One says, "I'll wait until I have more time, more knowledge, more support." The other says, "I'll begin with what I know today." A year later, one is still thinking about starting. The other has already made progress, learned lessons, and built a new life. It wasn't because they were smarter or better. It was because they started before they felt ready. The secret is this: no one ever truly feels ready, not at the start. That's why it's so important to begin anyway, even if it's messy, even if you're afraid, even if your hands shake and your voice trembles. That's how growth begins. That's how dreams turn into reality, not by waiting, but by beginning. Start before you're ready, and you'll find that you were more ready than you ever knew. Break it down small sometimes. The dream feels too big. You look at everything you want to do, and it seems like too much. It feels heavy. You might say to yourself, "Where do I even begin?" And because the goal looks so big, so far away, you stop before you even start. But here's the truth. The way to reach any big goal is not by doing everything at once. It's by breaking it down into small steps. Think of a big mountain. From the ground, it looks impossible to climb. But if you just focus on the first few steps, and then the next few, and then the next, you'll find yourself slowly making progress. Step by step, little by little, you move higher. You don't need to jump to the top. You just need to take the next small step. When you break things down, they feel more doable. You take away the fear. You take away the pressure. It becomes easier to act. It becomes easier to say, "I can do that," because instead of trying to finish the whole journey in one day, you're just focusing on what you can do today. And when you finish a small step, you feel good. You feel proud. You feel like you've done something that matters. That feeling pushes you to do more. It builds energy. It builds belief. One small action leads to another, and soon you're further along than you ever thought you'd be. This is important because it's not the size of the action that changes your life, it's the consistency of the action. Doing something small every day is more powerful than doing something big once in a while. A little each day adds up. Drops become a stream becomes a river carves out canyons over time. So how do you break something down? Look at your goal and ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today to move closer? If your goal is to get healthier, maybe you start by drinking more water. If your goal is to write a book, maybe you write one paragraph. If your goal is to learn something new, maybe you spend 10 minutes studying. These are not big things, but they are real things, and they move you forward. Imagine someone who wants to build a small house with their own hands. If they stare at the whole project, they'll feel lost. But what if they start by placing one brick? Then another? They may not see the house right away, but brick by brick, it starts to take shape. And one day they look back and realize they've built something amazing, not in one big moment, but through many small ones. When you make things small, you make them possible. You make them real. You take control. You stop waiting for a perfect time or a big chance. You just begin, and that's all it takes. So the next time you feel stuck, remember this: you don't have to do it all. You just have to do something small, something simple. And if you keep doing that every day, there is no goal too big, no dream too far. Every great thing you've ever seen, every strong person, every great story began with one small action. Don't let the size of your dream scare you. Break it down, make it small, and then take that first step. Because once you do, you'll find that the path isn't as hard as it looked, and you are stronger than you thought. Build your inner belief there is a quiet voice inside you. Sometimes it lifts you up and tells you, you can do this. Other times it holds you back and whispers, you're not good enough. That voice shapes how you see yourself and what you believe you can do. If you believe you're not strong enough, not smart enough, not ready, you'll act that way. But if you believe you can learn, grow, and overcome, you'll move forward with courage. The most important belief in life is the one you hold about yourself. Many people wait for someone else to believe in them. They wait for a teacher, a friend, or someone they admire to tell them, you have what it takes. But the truth is, you don't need anyone else to believe in you. You just need you. When you start to believe in yourself, even just a little, everything starts to change. You take more chances. You bounce back quicker from mistakes. You start to build the life you truly want. This matters because belief is the foundation of action. If you don't believe you can do something, you won't even try. Or if you do try, you'll give up quickly the first time something goes wrong. But when you believe in yourself, you keep going even when it's hard. You keep going even when others doubt you. That belief gives you strength. It gives you energy. It gives you the ability to move forward step by step. So how do you build belief? Start small. Keep your promises to yourself. If you say you're going to walk each morning, then walk. If you say you'll be kind today, then be kind. Each time you follow through, even on something small, you prove to yourself that you can be trusted, and that builds belief. You don't have to do something big to believe in yourself. You just have to take small steps and follow through. One step at a time, your confidence grows. Imagine a young boy who's always been told he isn't very smart. He believes it. So he never raises his hand, never tries anything new, and always doubts himself. But one day, a teacher asks him to try something simple. He tries, and he gets it right. That small win gives him a spark. He starts trying more. Little by little, he sees that he's not what people told him he was. He's more. And that new belief changes his whole life. We all have moments of doubt. That's normal. But you don't have to live in those doubts. You can choose to grow past them. You can choose to tell yourself a better story. Instead of saying, I can't do this, you can say, I'm learning how. Instead of, I've failed before, you can say, I'm getting stronger with every step. Your words shape your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your actions.